so. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, we could definitely, I could take a look at that with Ashley and Nicole afterwards to see what settings they have set up.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Ashley tried to look into it. We thought we like got it and then we didn't. So we'll definitely, we'll go over that with you, Julie. So maybe there's something we're missing as well, so we can help out with that.
Okay, absolutely. I would love to help.
Okay,
No rush.
okay.
We'll get
all
back
right.
to you, Susan. We'll get an answer.
All right, thanks, Julie. So I do see a couple of question boxes lighting up. So I see Eleanor jumped in here, how to get data off of the cell phones. The phone seems to be getting filled up.
Okay, let's see here. How to get, and then I see another one. How do you clear space on a Galaxy tablet? That's Connie. I think those two go on the same, so I can answer both of those together.
Okay,
Hey, Nicole, you still there?
yeah,
Okay, got it.
yeah.
Cool. All right, perfect. So yeah, now it depends on what type of cell phone. So I'm assuming, Eleanor, do you have an iPhone or do you have an Android?
No, I have an Apple iPhone. It's the 8 Plus. So it's, it's an old
Okay,
model.
8.
And, I don't know where all this stuff is going, and I don't know if I should be going places and deleting stuff. And does that really do anything? Because if you delete stuff, it's still in there anyway. It's just in another place.
Sure. Yeah, so when you're going through, so it is different. And I'll answer Connie's question as well, like with the tablet as well as your iPhone.
Okay.
There's a certain way. I don't have a tablet to show you, but I will show you my iPhone and how to actually delete before you even figure out where the stuff is coming from. So here, let me share my screen really quick,
You're like a little,
and I'll
frozen.
show you.
You're breaking up.
yeah, you're breaking up and you
Okay,
just
give
froze.
me one. Okay.
So you're breaking up a little and you're
One
frozen.
second, guys.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's literally, I think the weather is messing around with our internet connection at the office, so it's inclement. I mean, it's oscillating back and forth. Can you
Yeah.
all hear me okay
Yes.
still?
Yeah, you're just
Okay.
like, you're like freezing, like your frame right
So-
now, is sort of freezing. Can you hear us? He might, maybe he's gonna come out. Julius, can you, yeah, he's gonna come back in. Oh, there he is. Where'd he go? Hold on. The technical guru is having a technical difficulties. How do you like that? See, even he has them. I mean, hold on. Let me give him a second here and he should be coming back in.
Depends on which way the wind's blowing.
Yeah, I mean, it's really something. I mean, he had trouble getting in before and now again, it really does mess with that. It's amazing.
Hey,
So
y'all, can you guys hear me now?
yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay, I truly apologize. It is literally out of my hands. We had an outage at my place the other day, so that's why I came to the office. And it's still like whatever they're doing in this area, our internet is bouncing in and out. And I think in addition to the weather, I keep going in and out. So I just want to make sure that you all can still hear me and see me.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
So with that, what you would have to do, just because I'm riding the waves of the internet right now, Eleanor, you would have to go into your settings and you could write these steps down
Yep.
to kind of see where you're taking up most of the space. And it would be settings, and then you would go into general. And then from general, you would go to iPhone storage. Or if you have an iPad, it will be iPad storage.
Okay.
Once you kind of figure out exactly, it'll show you line by line what's taking up what. It could be apps, it could be photos and things of that nature. Then you could figure out how you'll be able to delete some of that stuff. More than likely, it's probably going to be photos that's taking up the most space, unless you just have a lot of movies or music on there. And then you would have to decide what you can actually delete. They're making the iPhones, iPads, Androids with more storage nowadays. So you're starting out at 128 gigabytes with the latest iPhone, because they know that these assets or these items are taking up a lot of space. So check that out, and then you can kind of decide what you could delete and what you can keep and how you can clear up that space.
Okay, so if I have 19.3 gigabytes of 64 used, that's really not that bad, is it?
No, that's not bad at all. Are you sure you're not getting a message that says iCloud storage is filled?
No, I'm not. I just think I have so much in here because I use it so much, but looking at it, my photos go to the iCloud and I pay extra for extra space so that I don't have that problem. But like podcasts.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
You're using about 30%. I think you're good. I wouldn't worry about that. And the way in which you're using the phone, even if you do get another phone in the future, a year or two from now,
Yeah.
you can always go for the lowest, the phone with the lowest amount of storage, because the way you're using it right now, you're only using 30% of your 64 gigabytes.
Mhm.
You'll be okay with always the lowest storage phone.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
And Julius, does that address also the clear space on the Galaxy tab?
Yeah, so Connie, if you're actually looking to clear space, I'm assuming that you are running out of space, and if you are, it's a different set of all the Galaxy tabs are sort of different. The Android, you would have to find out, the model that you have, and you can always do a Google search on the easiest way, step by step, how to clear the storage on those. More than likely, again, photos and videos use the most space, unless you just have some heavy audio files or some really, really big documents. And then you can actually clear the space. Now, the cool thing about Android phones and Android tablets is that you could buy from Best Buy or Target more storage space and then put it into those devices. So you can buy a mini SD cards, or it depends on which type of SD card your device takes. And you can go and buy 128 gigabytes and up the memory, the storage in that device without having to actually physically upgrade the device. Unlike Apple, when you run out of physical space, you have to go and get a new device.
Does that make sense?
Hear me?
Yes, you can hear you.
Yeah, I tried going into device maintenance and it clears
Yes.
everything. And I have very few photos, no videos, anything on that.
Yeah.
And yet I can't figure out what files to erase.
So what is it? How much space does it say you have on there?
Okay, I'm in device maintenance. In the storage,
Okay.
it's checking. And another thing on my SD card, it says I'm using 1.59 millibytes out of the 29.8 gigabytes. And I formatted it. I tried to switch things over to the SD card, but I'm not able to do that. I don't know how to do that, I guess. I'm at
Yeah.
15.7 gigabytes out of 16 gigabytes. So I'm very close
Okay,
to being full.
Yeah, and I'm actually sending you a link directly
Oh, good.
on the Samsung, so freeing up space. So basically what you have is what I just described. You have this device that came with storage already built into it. And then
Mhm.
it seems like you bought an SD card, or maybe you got it when you first purchased that. You got an extra SD card to save things there. But if you're not saving everything on that SD card and it's actually saving on the physical drive, then that way you will never save it on the SD card and you have to delegate it. you have to manually delegate it. So you could delegate your photos to save on the SD card, or you can save it on the drive that's already built in. And you can go and switch those out. But even then, it doesn't seem like you're running out of your space because you still have at least 50% of your space, correct?
Yeah, on the SD card.
So when you get that message, why, may I ask this, why are you asking that question? Are you getting a message to say that your storage is
It's
filled
still
and you want
slow, yes. When I tried to
Okay.
upgrade some applications, it says I don't have enough storage and I have to delete something to make more room for it.
to, okay. So
And then I
here,
go
let me-
into the maintenance and I delete whatever, unused files and backgrounds and turn off stuff, and I still don't have enough storage.
and you're just trying to download like an app or something?
Right.
Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna send you another article. I know what you need to do. Galaxy tablet.
And then most of the files say there's zero in them. And I'm deleting files that have nothing in them. And it's not making any difference.
So basically, I'm looking up, so I'm gonna actually send you this link. Did you get the other link I just sent you, Connie?
Through email?
No, I actually sent it to you via message right on
Well,
On the Zoom
here.
chat.
yeah, I got it.
Okay, perfect. So I'm actually gonna send you one more. Okay. So what I would do, read through this. If you have someone techie around you too that can help out, because basically you're just changing the destination. Every time you save something or you download something, it's saving to a certain destination, which is like the hard drive that's built into your tablet.
Mhm.
Being that you bought this SD card, you want to change that destination to there so you don't run out of space.
Right.
So I just sent you another article that'll kind of walk you through all of that. And if you don't feel comfortable doing it by yourself, you can get someone to kind of walk you through or help you out with it. But
Okay.
that's essentially what you would need to do so that you won't have that storage problem in the future, because you have enough storage clearly, but it's just not
Right.
saving to the place.
Right, exactly. Okay, thank you.
All
All
right, you're
right.
very welcome.
So I see Sandra Lewis has a basic question. She's purchasing a new phone. Any tips to make sure that her information transfers without losing it?
Yes, Sandra, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I am.
All right, perfect. May I ask what type of phone you're gonna get?
I'm gonna get either a iPhone 12 or 13. I have an SE currently.
Okay, and where are you going to purchase this information, and who's gonna be transferring that for you?
I'm going to Verizon.
Okay, cool. Reason why I ask is because if you're going to the Apple store, I would say in most cases, those guys and gals are very, very good about transferring your information over. Sometimes when you go to the Verizon, the AT&T, or what is it, Sprint or T-Mobile, sometimes those people, they know how to work with the iPhones, but they lag with transferring this information. Perfect example, my mom did it in Chicago. I walked them through on everything they had. I have all her passwords. They still didn't get everything over the proper way. What I would suggest is if you are trading in your other phone, ensure, and then if you have to do it on the spot,
Okay.
ensure that they transfer everything over. Take a look at your photos, take a look at your email, take a look at everything that you have that's important. Spend the time to do it right then and there before they erase that iPhone. In
Okay.
addition to that, what I would suggest is getting a iCloud backup of that phone. So if you're not doing iCloud backups right now, you could certainly start by going
Okay.
into your settings, and then at the very top, tap on your name. You go to iCloud after that, And then once you're in iCloud, there's a section that says backups. And you want to just make sure you get a carbon copy backup of your phone by tapping on that. And you could do manually backup now so that you have it. Should they mess something up, you can always revert back to this version of your phone, and it'll be the most current version the last time you backed up, and it should have everything in there.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, because last time it happened, I had problems, and I'm trying to avoid it this time. Thank you for the
Yeah, and
idea
then
about,
Yeah,
absolutely. And the other option, just so you know, if you have an Apple store near you and you just purchase that phone, you could just take it and say, don't transfer anything, and then take both of those phones to the Apple store. Those guys and gals are really, really good about making sure that everything comes over for the most part. And the way that the newer phones are, the iPhone 12 and
Yeah.
13, it's a seamless transfer. To transfer from one phone to the next. So you really can't mess it up.
I think I'm going to try the Apple store route. Thank you.
Yeah, and just so you know, I mean, I see some Susie Glott, she actually, Verizon always transferred for her. She has no issues. That's Frida Smith, the same thing. Eleanor had a couple of issues, but you know, for the most part, right, Susie, you've had no problem.
Whenever I upgrade my phone, the folks at the Verizon store always update for me without a problem, and then we check photos and everything
Yeah.
else, and there's, because Apple stores are so crazy busy there, especially this time.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
But Verizon did a good job, and that was a store in Coral Spring, so.
Okay,
But-
well,
oh,
that
perfect.
helps. That gives us some
Yeah,
hope.
exactly. Just make sure, because sometimes you'll get a guy like Susie got or a gal that's really on top of things. Some other people, they're just trying to move on. This happens at the Apple store as well. Just ensure that you get all your stuff before Joe Schmo or Jane Doe say, yeah, you got it all, get out of here. Just you check yourself to make sure that they got everything that's important to you.
Yeah. Thanks, Susie. And I do see, I see Rose and Marion and Prima has their hand up, but one more question and more questions in the chat. So just another question that Marianne had in the chat, how to create a file on my iPhone.
Okay, Marianne, you are you there?
Yep, hold on, let's unmute Marianne. You want to unmute? Hold on,
Are you muted?
go ahead.
There we go. I was gonna say it was Charles that was wondering about that. And I had one more just while I have you. What
Sure.
browser should we use? We were told not to use Google because they know everything about you when you use Google. So
And sell information on you. And that's the reason we get all the advertisements we get.
Yeah, so that I'll answer that one first and answer to create the file on my iPhone. So Google itself is first and foremost, Google is a search engine, right? Second, they have a browser that you could actually use. Now, when you tie into that browser, it's not Google, it's, you have the different browsers, Google Chrome, Safari, and we're just going to go Firefox. There are more, but those are the three most popular. It's not the actual browser that's tracking you. It's more about the companies that are tracking you in a sense of this. So for example, if you were to go to Target's website and, hey, how's it going? If you were to go to Target's website, and when you go there, it's set up, it has code in there to basically say, if you looked at a vacuum cleaner, it knows you looked at a vacuum cleaner. And then when you go onto a different website, that vacuum cleaner will follow you around. That doesn't really matter if you're using Google Chrome, Safari, or Firefox. It's kind of set up that way. So whenever you kind of give license to it by going to these websites, and you're allowing them to put cookies in your browser. In addition to that, they have code in there that can kind of follow you around the internet. So you can certainly try to avoid it, but you would have to, browse via incognito mode is one way of doing it. or you can use browsers such as DuckDuckGo. They won't look at your search history and things of that nature. At least they say that. But most websites are going to have some type of tracking mechanism code that's built into their site because they're trying to get you to do certain things.
That make sense?
Yes, that does.
Okay. Did that help answer? So the question was about how to create the file on the phone.
Right, that's the other question, yeah.
Yeah, so creating a file on the iPhone, where at, Marianne? Like for like documents or for emails? What do you mean
All of the-
specifically?
All of the above.
Okay, so that is a very, I can give you a general answer that will guide you in the right direction. Because on an iPhone, you can have a file for apps, for instance, in a sense that you can create a little folder or a file that kind of be synonymous with apps, or you could do it within your email account. So on the Mail app, you can actually create a folder there that would hold certain emails like travel, bills, doctor's appointments. So you would have to, I can give you kind of some steps on how to do it, but it's different places, but and it's different steps to do each different type of file. So specifically, if you had a way in which you wanted to create a file or a folder, I can show you, I can give you some direction as to how to do it.
The specific what?
Does that help?
About them. 40 minutes
Marianne?
about them.
I'm thinking photos primarily, but
Okay.
sometimes, like if I have a document I want to save, or even some emails or texts, but I guess that's something completely different, like you were saying, right?
Yeah,
You know,
so
could
when
you-
it comes, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, have you got, give me a reference that I could go to, or send me a link that would
Yeah,
explain
what I
it?
could do is I can send you a link. Yeah, so when it comes down to the photos, that will probably, I'm gonna send you a link for the photos. And that'll allow you to create folders as well as albums within the Photos app.
Good,
In
okay.
addition to that, when it comes down to creating a folder for your like email, I can send you a link for that as well. And then that'll kind of guide you through, and you'll see what I mean, how they're different steps. But both of these, they're very simple, but it'll be easier if I can give you a step-by-step guide and you click on this link, and then you'll be able to kind of follow that through even when I'm not around.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
All right,
All right,
you're very welcome. 1 second.
Yep.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm ready.
Okay,
for
yeah,
the-
so I'm gonna, I see a bunch of hands raised as well, and I know Prima and Susie also have questions in the chat box and their hands are raised. So let's start with Rose, and we'll start with those questions, and then we'll go back to the chat box. So Rose, go ahead. If you want to unmute. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Julius. I have two questions.
Rose.
How do I find the spam list so I can clear it out and start again? It comes up with a message that says total number of spam list entries reached, maximum value 500. Now I have a Samsung Galaxy Amp Prime 3. It's an Android and model SMJ337AZ, version 8.00, and it's Samsung Experience version 9.
So what's your email address? Like what is it at? Is it at AOL, at Yahoo?
Yahoo.
Okay. So what I would do is not worry so much about doing it strictly from the phone. I mean, as far as in the email folder on the phone, you could actually go to yahoo.com and you would go straight to your spam folder and go and empty that guy out. You just want to put all of those items in the trash. And that's via yahoo.com, because that way you'll go right to the source instead of using the mail application on your device to then do the same thing on Yahoo. So if you go and empty that out on yahoo.com, that will free up that space so that you can get more spam into it.
Okay, that's good if you know what the heck you're doing. I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, I could, let me see here. Let me see this here. Yahoo. Let me give you some steps. And Marianne, I sent those directions, both of those links to you guys, so you should have them via the chat. And let me get this for you as well, how to delete your spam folder. One second. Perfect. And let me send this over to you. Perfect. Rose, chat. Okay, Rose, I just sent that to you. Let me know if you received it.
Yeah. Is that gonna, yep, it disappeared faster than I can write.
Oh,
can
yeah, it should
move?
be right over there in the chat. Huh?
It should be in the chat. Okay. The
Yeah,
second,
it's in the chat. And I can also, well, yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say I can also send it to you in via email, but if you received it, that's perfect.
Well, if you can send it to my email, then I can, it's easier for me to do it from there. That much I know.
Okay, we could get you her email, Julius. I could send you her email.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
perfect.
I'll
The
send you Rose's
second-
email.
The second question is, how do I find the setting to set an alarm? Like to wake up or whatever, for reminding me of an appointment or whatever.
Okay, and what, can you tell me the name of your device again?
Okay, it's a Samsung Galaxy Amp Prime 3, model SMJ337 Alpha Zebra, version 8.00, Samsung Experience version 9. It's an old one.
Okay. No, no worries. Let me see here. I see it right here. Give me 1 second. We'll have to send both of these to you via email. These will be step-by-step directions so that you'll be able to turn that the alarm on. And in addition to that, yeah, this actually, yeah, you could, it shows you how to repeat the alarm, set it up so that it's indefinite. Like I have an alarm that goes off every day during the week at 6 a.m. And then I have one on the weekend, it's at 6:15 a.m. So I have two different ones, but they're just set. And all I have to do is just, you set them once and that's it. So I'll get both of these articles over to you.
I appreciate
You
it,
just put that
Julius.
in the
Thank
email.
you very much.
Okay, and we're gonna get Julius your email so he can send you what he needs to send you on there. So take care of that. All right, Marion, if you want to unmute.
Yes, Julius. I have a question. Now, where are the settings for the camera on the iPhone 12?
As far as for Zoom or just in general?
Just in general.
So if you, and what are you trying to manipulate or like, change in there for the camera?
Well, I'm still not able to pick up a image, when I hit my camera app. And so I was wondering, on the camera app, when it opens, there's a photo in the left corner, the last photo I took. So it's like sitting there waiting. So by me not getting my image, it's not zooming out of there so I can use the camera.
Okay, so basically you're saying that when you open up the camera app, you can't see anything out the lens. You just see the last picture in which you've taken.
Yes.
And it's been like that since the last time we spoke?
Yes.
Okay. Have you tried to shut off the phone and restart it?
Yes, I did. Tried that.
Okay. Yeah, it's something physical because the settings won't fix that. For instance, that normally the iPhone camera is just meant to, as soon as you open that app, to just show something, to show what's out that lens. And you said that there's nothing blocking the lens. I remember you saying this before. Have you had anybody like take a look at it, like at the Apple Store, one of those stores?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, because when it comes down to the actual, it's literally the app itself, there are settings, but it's within that app itself where you go in there, and if you can close out of the app and start it over, and if you already restarted the phone and started that up and it's still giving you that error, there is something that is, software wise, that's blocking that app from coming up. Maybe an update could change it. Have you done any updates on there at all? Like as far as
few updates.
and I honestly, that doesn't seem right. I've worked with iPhones. I mean, I own pretty much like many of the iPhones from like the 3 on, and it literally should always open up. And it just seems like something more software wise where it's not getting you to open up. And if you've done updates on there, restarted your phone, and it's still not opening up, and nothing's actually obstructing that camera, like nothing over the lens, or if the lens or the camera is not physically broken that you can see, I would just take it in, especially if you're close to an Apple Store, to see why that's the case, because it should just open up. There's nothing.
My
like
last
changing.
question on that Plano, as you're using the camera. Now, the way it's set up is just that thin square, and then you move it, right? So I'm wondering, with that Plano instruction, or what do you call it, setting, and when you're using it, is that the same as when you're going into your Apple TV or movies? I'm not sure which one. And you just click on something that's new, and it shows up like a trailer. It's not the movie. It's like a trailer, and it's in the Plano setting when you're watching it.
Is it the panorama? Like is that what you mean, the pano setting?
Yes.
The pano, so like when you panorama, when you take the pano photo?
Right.
Yeah, so if you're on Pano on your camera, that's something you don't want to be there. You want to be on actual like video or photo. Are you able to toggle that back and forth and look at photo?
Right. It doesn't, but what I'm thinking I probably did, I attached, when you're driving and you want the navigation on there, and you've got the thing to
Yes.
hold that phone. Well, I put one of those magnets on the back of that iPhone, and possibly it's blocking, the camera. It may be.
Oh,
I don't
yes.
know.
Sure. Well, yeah, I would physically turn that phone around, because that's what it seems like, that there's something, if you don't have a picture, that there's actually something blocking that camera. So if you can take a look at that and see if that little magnet is blocking it, I think that might possibly solve your issue.
Okay.
And in addition to that, moving your if it's on Pano, if you want to move that over to photo or video or something like that to see if you can actually look through that lens.
Well, what would let me know I'm looking through the lens? I'd have to take that magnet off, wouldn't I?
I would definitely start with that. If you turn your phone around and you physically look at it and see something that's blocking the camera, that's probably going to be that magnet.
Okay.
Yeah, I would check that out because that's what it seems like, that, you know, the camera app is opening, but if something is blocking it, you'll never see anything out of it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Hi, I see Susie, if you want to unmute. I see you had a question in the chat also, if this is, go ahead.
Hi, Julius. I have
Hey, Sue.
a new contact and I put her phone numbers into my phone. However, she can't call me, I can't call her, and I'm thinking maybe I accidentally blocked her numbers because they're not going through either way. Do you think that's possible? So I want to.
Yeah, that certainly could. My apologies, there was a little delay. Please keep going.
I want to learn how to unblock a number because I'm thinking that's our problem.
You put, yeah, and she can't get to you either? She's not being able to
No.
call, no. So she thinks it might be blocked in some way, and like, you know, when you can silence a person and you can block them in a sense, that might be something that maybe she could look at that feature if you want to show where to find that or how to unblock,
Yeah,
in
and
case that is it.
that's weird that it's on both sides. It's usually like if she can't call you, maybe you blocked her, but then you can't call her either, correct?
I'm pretty sure, no, I can't call her either.
I'm trying to think. So what type of, what happens when you try to give her a call?
I get a message or I get nothing. I don't remember. I haven't done it in a while, but I got, you know, I'm sorry, the first time that happened, I got a message.
Was it her voice message or was it like a recording of like the
It
number
was-
you've reached? You don't remember?
I can't remember. I stopped calling her.
Yeah.
Is there a way to unblock her?
Yes, what I
have-
would do
I have
is
a-
go,
I have an iPhone 13.
okay, perfect. What I would do is go to your contacts. You can go specifically and see her contact. There's a couple ways. When you go to her contact in your contacts, there's a little I, or actually it's going to look like, there's a little I, which is for information, where you can go into her contact and see, and usually at the bottom down there, it'll tell you if she's blocked or not. You can unblock her or you can block that caller. That's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is going into your settings on your iPhone and then going into the phone app, and then you'll be able to see block callers in there as well. And if you've blocked somebody by accident, you can actually unblock them from that setting as well.
Okay, that sounds like a doable thing, but I don't see an I. You mean that little I look? that
Okay,
little-
it's, yeah, it's like for information. And if you tap on their contact first, their little picture or their name, then it should give you the option to look at the I for information. Do you see that?
No,
What do you see when you go into her contact?
I see messages, call, FaceTime, mail, pay, and then her 2 numbers. And then,
Okay, and if you scroll down, do you see anything that says block or unblock?
no,
Okay. And may I ask you this, does she tell you what she's receiving when she calls you?
she
Does
just
she get
said,
a voicemail?
she
Mhm.
says it doesn't go through.
Okay. And one more question, just trying to figure it out. Has this always happened between you two, or is it something that just started?
No, it always happened. She's a new contact. And when she messaged me, I must have not recognized her number and I must have blocked her number. You know,
Okay.
that's what I am assuming happened.
Here, let me show you. I'm gonna give you some steps. I'm gonna text you, or I can email you these steps. Do you have the option when you do go into a contact, do you have the option to block them? Do you see that at the bottom?
Send message, share contact, add to favorites, add to emergency, and share my location.
Okay. What about if you hit edit? Can you block that caller? Does it give you an option to block them then?
I'm looking.
And that's edit. It'll be at your top right.
Oh, it's, yeah, I did edit and down way at the bottom, it says delete contact. But I don't.
No,
wanna
yeah, not delete. We want to just unblock. Let me see, because I'm gonna send you this little article here. This right here is actually has pictures, but also there's a place. Here's another one here.
Should I try settings and go into the phone app?
Yeah, try that and see if that actually works. And go into the phone app.
I'm looking. Okay, here we go. Notifications, incoming calls, and it says banner. I don't know what banner means.
Do you see anything that's lock?
Blocked contacts, yeah. Should I go into
Okay,
that?
so you can go on there. Yeah,
Oh,
let's
and-
go into there.
Okay, and that's all the numbers, so. Okay, but I.
Yeah, see if you can find her number in there. And if you
Okay.
find her number in there, you want to remove her number from
Yeah.
that block list.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
No, you're
Okay.
very welcome. Just plug it in really quick. Does that
So,
help?
I don't know, I have to go back and get her number. Let me just,
all right, well, let us
Okay.
know, Susie, if
Yeah.
it does, or if her number's in there, that would be
yeah,
wonderful.
okay, I'll try. Thank you,
Okay.
Julia, you're so good.
You're very welcome. My pleasure.
Okay,
All right, so Julie had a question that she uses Chrome. A message has been coming up saying Cisco WebEx extension is disabled. To re-enable it, accept the new permissions, read and change your data on all WebEx Lab. What is this? And I can choose permission or remove. What should I do? And there's Julie, she's right there.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Julie, I would say this, only because it could be a Cisco WebEx extension, it could be legitimate. But do you use Cisco WebEx a lot?
I don't know what it is.
Okay, Cisco WebEx is sort of like Zoom. You have other platforms like Skype, you have Zoom,
Yeah.
you have Cisco WebEx. They kind of took off, but no one's more popular than Zoom. Hence the reason why we're all on Zoom. If I were you, I wouldn't say remove it, only because if it's legitimate, I can't see it. But if it's not legitimate, I just don't want you clicking on something that is just like a pop-up and could be fake. What you can do to kind of remove it the right way, are you using Google Chrome? I mean, I know you are using Google Chrome, but are you familiar with using Google Chrome?
A little.
Okay.
I just bring it
So-
up as my browser.
Yeah, what I would do is this. When you're in Google Chrome, do you see like there's 3 dots at the top right in Google Chrome?
Yeah, yeah. And there's a circle with, it says error, and then it has 3 dots. where those three dots
Okay,
are.
so
It says error and it's red.
exactly to the right of, yeah, to the right of the circle, click on the three dots and then click on settings.
Okay, they're in the circle, but okay. Settings.
Okay. Okay, and then from the settings, and then on the left-hand column on the bottom left, you should see something that's called extensions.
Right?
And then when you
Okay.
click on extensions, you should be presented with a bunch of extensions.
Right, okay. Doc sheet slides, Cisco WebEx.
Yeah,
extension.
yes, and I would get rid of, if you're not using any of those things, I will remove everything that you're not familiar with. Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides are all legitimate.
Yeah,
And there could be other ones that you have that are legitimate, but as it relates to that Cisco guy, just remove it and it'll delete.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've used other ones like Microsoft Team or things that I'm required to do to join something, but I've never heard of Cisco WebEx. Okay,
Yeah, Cisco WebEx is a legitimate thing. I find more super crazy business oriented businesses are using that. It's not so user friendly. I know a gated community down here, the Polo Club in Boca, they got all of their users on there and it couldn't have been, it is the worst thing that you could have done because most people in that community are, I would say 70 plus, and they really, Cisco is not as easy as Zoom to work with. So we've been training a lot of people on how to use it. I'm not a big fan of Cisco WebEx, and not that
thank
it's
you
not
so much.
legitimate.
It's
It is
gone.
legitimate.
It's gone.
Yes.
Oh, good.
you're very
All right,
welcome.
it's gone. All right, Julie's to the rescue. Thanks, Julie. Okay, so Ava Lane had a question. You had brought up the name of the antivirus security protection in lieu of McAfee that you recommended on another session. Hi, Ava. Do you want to,
Hi.
do you remember what one that is, Julius?
Yes, that is ESET. E as in elephant, S as in Sam, E as in elephant, T as in Tom. You can go to eset.com. I find that this has been in the 10 years, 12 years, actually, I've been working on computers, Macs and PCs. This has been great at protecting people. I really don't like Norton. I'm not a big fan of McAfee or McAfee, however you want to pronounce it. Those two, we would still kind of go in and find stuff. Also, another good one, and it just kind of looks for malware and it will search for viruses. It's called Malwarebytes. Malwarebytes is, they have a free version and then they also have a paid version. The paid version has a lot more bells and whistles, but that is also a good one. But ESET, as it relates to malware as well as viruses, because they're different, it does a really, really good job for people.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, and I added that in the
Very
chat, the eset.com. Maxim, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to go back to Mary Ann's question about file. The iPhone has a app on it that says files. Now in that app, you can create a file there, but can you transmit, say, one file from one app to the other on that, or what?
Yeah, that's a different, so iPhone has that files is literally like, it's kind of different than a folder that you would create with an email or a folder that you would create in Photos. This files was meant for people who's using, like me. I have a Dropbox account and I also have a Google Drive account. I also have an iCloud Drive account. I have all these cloud storages, and files basically takes all of these three different cloud storage file systems and put it into one folder for me. In addition to that, allows me to see my desktop files. So I'm able to rearrange and get documents on my computer via the Files app. So it does, it's almost like the Finder on your Mac or File Explorer on your computer. They just added this other thing to the iPhone so that you can actually get these different documents on your phone, but you can't add apps to that. It's only for documents.
It's for documents, right? Documents?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's for documents that are you using throughout like cloud storage or things that you have like iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive, or something, a type of file that you have it connect to your computer.
Okay, so if I transfer a file to say iCloud and I want to see that file, I can get it from that app if I put iCloud on the file?
Yes, so to transfer something, a file from to see it on there, you would have to go to iCloud.com if you don't have a Mac.
Yeah.
And then push it and then upload it to the storage, and then you can see it on your phone. Or if you do have a Mac, you can connect those two so that it mimics everything you have in downloads, desktop, and documents, and you'll be able to see all of your actual files on your phone.
I could connect it from the Mac.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
It's via
Okay.
iCloud. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Max.
And there was a question from Barbara, is Duo the same as Zoom?
Oh, great question. It is not. It is another one. We were just talking about WebEx, Cisco. Duo is Google's. So Duo, Google, you know how Apple actually has FaceTime? Well, Google, which is usually the glue that keeps Androids together, that's the main app for them so that you could be able to do a video type of call via Google Duo. So they're different, but they work pretty much the same.
Okay. So Ann Kessler had a question that she uses Bing and she likes it better than Google. Do you like Bing? And they have a great cover page. They have a daily quiz. It's educational and fun cover page. And she just prefers them. She thinks they may not be as politically connected and following everybody, listening to everybody. So any thoughts on Bing?
I think I use Bing, I've used Google, I've used DuckDuckGo. They're all search engines at the end of the day. The reason why I've gotten so used to using Google is because I like their search results and I like their algorithm. Meaning that if I am in a different city, no matter where I am in the world and I'm searching for certain things, because we do like, I know a lot about search and search engines. I like the way it propagates and pushes out the information. Bing is the second best, I would say, search engine. Yahoo has one, AOL has a search engine. Bing is not bad. I know a lot of people who use it. I personally don't, but it doesn't mean that it's bad. I know a lot of people who use it and love it and prefer it over Google. So it's not a bad thing. I think if you like it, continue to certainly use it.
Good answer. Okay. So Jill, I see you had a question in here. You wanted us to send the info on the steps on how to create files from the iPhone. You left your email in there. Do you have another question or was that the question?
That is the question. Thank you.
Okay. So Julius, Jill put in, it's the info, I guess, on the steps for the iPhone on how to create files.
Yes, so I can do that now. Just to be specific, Jill, again, like I asked Marianne, are you looking to create files or folders for like photos or for like emails? What specifically? Because there are so many different ways to create folders on the iPhone.
Could be, well, I'm not sure, but I probably messages, or I'm on several committees, so like committee notes, that kind of thing.
Okay, so more email. All right, so I can send you, when it comes down to that on the iPhone, they have a way that you can add like VIPs, for instance. So Nicole and I email each other a lot, and this is a real example. I have them on like they're VIPs, so I can get all of the emails instead of sifting through all the rest of my other emails. I just create a VIP for her. So I can just look at Nicole's emails and I see them all from the day in which we started to email each other. That's one way. In addition to that, you can say, create a folder for, let's say, for instance, travel, for bills, for committees, things of that nature. And then you can manually add things to it.
Sounds
so
great.
I can send you that information.
Thank you. Probably the one for the email VIP and also for folders for various committees, that kind of thing.
Okay, let me just note that here.
And Julius, I forwarded you her email
Okay,
in
perfect.
chat. Susie, I see you have another question. I see you, Rose. So go ahead, Susie.
Yeah, I looked up those two numbers on the contact that I can't get through, and it wasn't on the list, but I found another friend's name on here. Wait, let me get back to it. Oh, gosh. I lost it. Oh, okay, yes. And so his number says his name, says mobile, and it's on my block.
Oh, you just, if you can unmute. Sorry, go ahead.
Should I start again?
No, it says that he's blocked.
Yeah, my
your block.
friend's
Mhm.
name is blocked and it's his mobile. And when I click on it, he's under block contacts, but I don't see where I unblock him.
Is there an edit button at the top?
There's
Top right?
no, next to his mobile number, there's a little gray box that said recent. And I don't know.
Yeah, so here, let me show you. Let me get my phone and I'll walk you through step by step. Basically, once you're in the blocked, they just updated this here, block contacts. So if you see a block contact, if you notice there, if you're in his contact, then it won't show you, but you would have to go back to all the block contacts. Are you able to go back and hit the back button to go to block contacts so you see all the numbers?
Yes.
Okay, once you're there, do
Oh,
you see the edit
it's-
at the top right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so just hit the
Yeah,
red.
so then you tap on edit and hit the red button, exactly.
Oh, okay, got it. Unblock there.
Perfect.
Got it. Thank you so much. Now, but I still don't know why I'm not getting my friends' numbers. I can't find it.
Yeah,
in the
it's hard to say. Yeah, it's hard to say if she's not in there and then, you're not getting through to her. I know this sounds crazy, but what I would do is just confirm that number with her again.
Maybe. Okay.
And make sure that you have confirm that number. In addition to that, make sure that she has your number, because if she's not, it's highly unlikely. If you block them, it's not to say that you can't call them, or maybe even try from a home phone if you have a home phone to call her up to see if
Yeah.
that goes through and to see if she's
Oh.
able to receive your phone calls.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay,
Very
Rose, and I see you, Frida. Go ahead, Rose.
Okay, when you gave the antivirus best, the eset.com, and then malware bytes, is it BITES or BYTES?
Yeah, BYTES. Yes.
Okay. Want to make sure I put in the right stuff in.
Okay,
Thank
no
you.
problem.
All right.
You're welcome.
Frida, go ahead.
I was just waiting to see pictures, how to put pictures and how to. God, I want to put my pictures in the e-cloud. How do I do that? I know we're in
Okay.
short time, but can you email me how to do it or a link or something very simple that I can do it myself? I like to do things myself.
Sure.
first.
So no, that's good, Frida. I know how you work. So you're saying you want to create some folders of pictures, like kind of
Well,
like albums, and then you want to.
You tell me that, okay, like me, I take a lot of pictures either on my phone, the majority on my phone or on Facebook, but I want to keep them somewhere where no matter where I go, I can find them and print them out. I don't have to always have them in one place. And you did mention iCloud, I think you said, or eCloud.
Yeah, so do you have an iPhone or Android?
Android.
I would use, in your case, I would use Google Photos. That is,
Google Photos?
Yeah, because that's gonna basically have those photos right on your device so you can see them whenever. In addition to that, it pushes them all up to the cloud. So let's say, for instance, your phone died, or whatever, you left your phone at home and you're at one of your friends' houses, and then you're like, hey, I really want to show you this photo. You can go to photos.google.com or Google Photos, type it into the browser, log into your account, and see all of your photos, even without your phone. So that way they're in two places. They're in the cloud and they're also on your phone.
So it's photo.google.
Yeah, photos.google.com. And on your phone, you won't have to worry about going to photos.google.com. You could just download the app called, and you probably have it on there, I'm pretty sure, if you have an Android, Google Photos. And then once you have that, if your photos are already in there, it's probably connected to that cloud and going up to the Google Cloud already.
And this is like a perfect segue because Julius is actually back with us on December 16th. And that session is what is iCloud, what is streaming, and learn what they are and how to use them effectively. And that is, it's not tech assistance hour. So it's actually an event that we're having that Julius is going to be at 10
What
a.m.
time?
It's 10 a.m. on Thursday, December 16th. And he's going to be going over iCloud and streaming because it's so confusing. And a lot of people just, you hear these words all the time, just like you hear cookies all the time. And no one knows what that even means. Don't accept cookies. Well, are they chocolate chip? I mean, no one gets it. They see it and they say, yes, I accept it, but we don't even know what we're accepting, right? So that is December 16th, 10 a.m. Eastern time. So he's gonna be back with us then. And tomorrow, Tuesday Talk, Sabrina Bernardo's back with us at 10 a.m. Meaningful holiday traditions and ways to create new ones, or things that we try to avoid around the holidays because they weren't so meaningful to us as we went through the years. That is tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And then on Wednesday, we have Dr. Mark Milstein back with us again, talking about new brain science-based insights into managing stress and boosting happiness. And that is at 4 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. And then Thursday, Gina Kearney is back with us.
Wednesday, what's the date?
Wednesday is December 8th at 4 p.m. is Dr. Mark Milstein.
And Julius is December 16th, you said?
Yes, that's a Thursday at 10 a.m.
Okay, got
it. And then Thursday is Gina, and she's going to be talking about holiday stress, learning ways to support the body and ease stress naturally. That's 10 a.m. Eastern time this Thursday. You can sign up for all or any of them. They're all complimentary at myhealthangel.com. You just click on events. We'd love to see you at one of those. I do see Sylvia, last question, just real quick. Go ahead. If you want to unmute, go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to say the answer to the question about the silenced calls, two people asked about that. My experience was that I was asked if I wanted to mute spam calls or not, and I did. I clicked on mute, if they leave a message, you can still go to your voicemail and get it if there is a message. But usually those muted calls are spam, to my experience. That's all.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, the person who asked that call had left the call, so we didn't address that particularly. We wanted to get to people that were on the call. That's why you didn't go into the silenced calls. But yes, I appreciate that, and I'm sure as well. But yeah, so thank you, Sylvia. And Julius, again, thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks on December 16th. Because we really want to learn about iCloud more and streaming and all that good stuff. So
you're the best, Julius.
There you go. You're the best. Big fan club here, Julius. We can't wait to see you again on the 16th, and all of you back again. Thank you so much. Have a fabulous Monday evening, and we hope to see you again this week. Thanks so much. Have a great one.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thanks.